Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Big Dude, and this is a creator that came into the Tuber Chat family well beyond 6 months ago. I don't think it's quite been a year, but they're here with us frequently, and this creator wants to inspire us in a spiritual way. So I'll just have a look at their videos here. They've been putting out almost once a week, so hopefully they'll increase that frequency. I'm just going to take one of their latest videos and put it into a special playlist I use called Catch Up, and that's just a fun name for a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. When we look at shorts on the channel, we see that this creator's gotten into several thousand views, one over 15,000, one over 25,000, featuring a lot of celebrities and public figures. But live streams are where this channel really shines, with a lot of Bible study from Big Dude. Now, this is a creator who also generously spreads the word about this particular chat, sent his cousin in, Kokomo Joe 13. So we're happy to have both of these creators in the chat, and I hope everybody will connect with Big Dude. If you haven't already, they're working on 4,200 subscribers. We'd love to get them a little bit closer to that milestone. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. I really do appreciate everybody being here. I am way behind in the chat, of course. If anybody has anything you want me to see particularly, like a question or a comment, just please save it for a few minutes until after our introductions, and then I will keep an eye on the chat. Ace Flaw 1, good to see you in the house. He's a friend of over 4 years. Chirinator's here from the UK. Cool Gamer is hanging out, and Design with Emma is here with us frequently. Fanatic Guide is a friend of well beyond 2 years now. I wonder if it's 3. Fat Man James Fishing is here with Florida Claimers Ted and Great Lakes Adventures, and Jan Hines are both in the house. KP Heathen is here with Norwegian Homestead. Our beloved and dedicated moderators, Scratchin' PPA and Michael's Adventures, are both in the house. The Stock Explorer is here. Stephen Tina Jewel along with Senate Squirmy Wormy. And then you Rage is in the house. Tony Vlogs, good to see you here. Pretty Witty and Risky and Scratch Master are both from the lottery ticket scratching genre of channels. P&J's Homestead Adventures and Fairbrick Studio are here. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. I see Butler Family Farm coming in. I just ran into them out supporting the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch this morning. I haven't been able to catch her streams as much as I wish I could over the fall season, but I've been able to be in there. Butler Family Farm put out a video where they met up with a few different creators. It was cool because kind of like a vlog, but there's a couple of things I got to mention when we get to that video. Jesse had this cool net for the back of his Jeep that I can't believe after all these years I didn't see something like that before, to know that that exists. But what a fantastic accessory for anybody that does drive a truck. You have to worry about tying all your stuff down all the time. Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead has a net that goes over everything. I didn't notice it the first time I saw one of their videos with that, but Butler Family Farm has one. And then they found a place with another YouTuber, and forgive me for not remembering the name of the YouTuber. I don't think they're in the Tuber Chat family yet. They got a gorgeous house, if it's the same creator that I'm thinking of when I went over the video. But they found a place with a dollar hamburger, if you can believe it, and we've been joking about that. But DJ's Family and Friends, Travels and More, good to see you here. The Stock Explorer is here as a member and a moderator. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And oh, so it is. It's quite some time, Fanatic Guide. Yeah, I know it's been a long time. They've been a great supporter. They've sent friends over here as well. So again, we're looking, yeah, cargo net. That's probably what it is. Now, Fat Man James Fishing. So I've seen those before. I happen to drive a truck right now and have for, I think my truck's getting on 11 years old. But the back when people take the tailgate off, you can put a net there, and that allows the airflow, of course, so you don't get drag. But it's a smaller version. But this, yeah, cargo net makes sense for what it might be, but it just goes over the whole bed. So if you've got the hooks to tie the thing down. You could tie everything down all at once. And I'm like, oh, what a saving grace. I can't tell you the time we spend sometimes when we're working, tying things down and worrying about that. Oh, is it MT Homestead? Yeah, that was, what a gorgeous, gorgeous house. I don't think I'd seen it before. I know Kristen would love it. She loves the idea of the country idea of life. It looks more like a country style house to me. Angie and Rick Family Adventures, good to see you in the house. Those are not common in Ontario, by the way. Just Jason Keto and more, good to see you in the house as well. An over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And pardon me again if I've missed anything that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment. If you did, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat, Connect, and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Chevy Riding High dropped a super chat right before we started there, so we're going to look at that channel very soon because they're already on the wheel. I am going to show you Big Dude's cousin, Kokomo Joe 13. These creators bring similar content, but they're on each other's channels all the time as well. This is a in real life couple of cousins. And one of the biggest complaints, or the biggest complaint that I've gotten in my 6.5 years on YouTube now, is why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it easily? So I think it makes it that much more extra special when we do find in real life friends and family members that support each other's channels. So Kokomo Joe 13 was brought in from Big Dude, and these creators, as you'll see if we dig through some of their thumbnails, are actually found together. This is a cartoon that they do together. If I dig through the content far enough, like for instance in maybe the shorts videos, there they are together, Big Dude and Kokomo Joe 13. And then live streams feature more Bible study from this creator. So again, they want to inspire us in a spiritual way. Kokomo Joe 13 is working on his first 100, so I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. Mountain of Inspiration, good to see you in the house. Mr. Fulton Mraz, his birthday is next Saturday. His 25th birthday. Mr. Fulton Mraz, like AceFlaw1, have been friends of mine for 4 years, since long before Tuber Chat even started, actually. So let's see what I can do about adding some names onto the wheel right now. Fatman James Fishing is going to come up with Scratch Master. Fairbrick Studio, of course, and Design with Emma. And I'll get some more names onto the wheel as we need them. And the wheel now is more so based on how active everybody is in the chat, how actively engaged everyone is. I'm thinking about moving next week's streams to the evenings. I haven't decided 100% yet. I might find myself doing a little more work than usual for the winter season. If it comes up, it's great. So I might have to do that, but that means shuffling things around a little bit, but we'll keep an eye on those. I've always got the streams posted in advance now, so you can look at the front page of Tuber Chat any day if you want to, especially if you know a stream's coming up the next day, just to see if it's been moved and what time it's going to fall. For now, we're expecting to be on Saturday at 1 p.m., but I'll move that as quick as I can if I have to. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Like I said, Chevy Riding High dropped a super chat before we even started, so I put that channel on the wheel right away. Our video description describes exactly how the wheel works. It's completely random, but coincidental that I happen to talk about them, and then they were the first chosen for today. Yes, that's true. Just Jason Keto and more. It is amazing how far everybody's come who's been with us in the last year. But even Tuber Chat now, like, we really slowed things down. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I promise you it's true in a way. Over the last probably 6 months or so. But now we've gone back to pushing it. And you can see, for those of you who've been with us for the last 2 or 3 streams since the beginning of the year, there are more newer channels coming in now and getting featured on the screen. There's more channels overall. I was looking at the stats the other day, and I forget if it was the last one or the one before, had 125 channels come through here in a 3.5 hour period. So we're on the right track, but we'll see. Everything we're doing is counted as an experiment. We will evolve as needed. And then Echelon Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And yes, Just Jason Keto and More, a member officially for a year now, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. He's actually an over-the-top generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, a fellow Canadian, and I'm hoping within the next couple of months we will be able to get together and do a collaboration. He often has guests on his channels, but since we're only a couple hours away from each other, we should be able to do that in real life. So, Home Bartending with John, good to see you in the house. He is back to producing new content as well. You can tell by the smile that comes over my face while I say that how excited I am. You know, there's nothing wrong with taking any kind of a break if you need to. I haven't been in touch with John to like speak exactly as to why the content dipped for a little while there, but the important thing is that when you get back to producing content, your community's still going to be there for you. Now what I find though, just for the sake of saying it, is that I've been at this for 6.5 years now, but I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. I continue to learn. I want to improve, just like everybody else does. But one of the things that I've noticed is if you can put out one quality piece of content per week, that is enough to make a channel grow organically. Could be slow. The things we do here make it faster, but it is enough to grow 100% by itself. But if you happen to take a week off, what I have found on every channel that I touch or run or own is that it takes a month to get the momentum back after you take a week off. Myself included, I'm always behind. Most of my closest friends see that and know that. But it always comes back. It only takes another 3 or 4 videos to get back into the swing. Just Jason Keto and More just gifted a membership, so thank you for that. I know Michael's Adventures will be happy to have that. He is a beloved and dedicated moderator, and now is a member. Again, he's been a member many, many times. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat, and again, if I've missed anything that anybody's meant for me to see, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up. And yeah, thank you, P&J's Homestead Adventures. I'm way behind, but I've experimented a lot over the last little while, and you know, I intend on sharing a lot of that when it comes up. I don't want to self-promote too much and things like that, because we want to talk about YouTube and what everybody can do for their channels, discussing ideas so that we can all make better decisions. But when it does come up in conversation here, then I'll mention the idea. Like, for instance, I do a lot of product reviews and unboxing videos. Those are what I intended to do before I started Tuber Chat. Before I even started YouTube, I knew what I was going to end up doing as far as videos. I put a lot of variety out there and everything else, and it's not the unboxings. That's not it. It's not like people like unboxing videos and they go just to see what anybody will unbox. It's just that if people are going to think about purchasing something or are window shopping like I do every day online, then they want to see what the packaging will include. So that they can get a real look. You know, imagine 20 years ago, before YouTube and everything else was even here, basically, is you would go to a store and you would look at something. So the best idea I have for an example is like, you know, a toy, right? Like, let's say a Transformer, a G.I. Joe would be an example. This could apply to anything. Cooking, it could apply to tools, it could apply to outdoor gear, anything at all. But if it's something that comes in a box, most people aren't going to open the box to see what's inside while you're in the store. It would probably be frowned upon, if anything else. I have done it, but I don't think people like it very much. But now we live in a world where you can actually see what's in the box. Somebody else will show you before you even buy it. You have questions about, like, hey, I'm thinking about buying something, but is the quality going to be good? Am I going to have to return this thing because I really don't like it after I get it home? Now we don't have to do that kind of thing as much, especially with ordering online. What a headache it is to send things back, right? But you get a better look. Not to mention, people will help you set up different types of things or install different types of things. Lots of people are buying smart devices for their homes now so that you can turn the lights on and off, get notifications from your laundry machines and your stove and everything else. But a lot of times these unboxing and setup and review type videos will show people some of the features they might not have already seen when they do have the same product. So what I have done over the last long while is started to take myself out of the videos. Because what I found is when I just unbox a product but the camera is not on me, I don't lose any of the people who otherwise might have said, oh, I don't like this guy, I just don't want to watch it. Because that goes for everybody. Not everybody's going to like everybody. It's just a fact of life, right? But you don't want to turn somebody off very simply and have them leave your video just because they don't like what they see in the very first few seconds of the video. So since I started taking myself out of the videos, they're moving a lot faster. My newest videos are the ones that are doing best. But I've also got a strong foundation as well. How come one short can just kick off with a lot of views without any explanation? Yeah, Norwegian Homestead, that's been something that has been a thing since the beginning of shorts on YouTube. So basically, it's like a winning the lottery aspect to these things. TikTok changed the world because they changed the thought about algorithms to the idea that people don't have to have followers to have a good video. So on YouTube, our frustration might come in the idea that we make a video that we think is entertaining, that people will like, we follow trends, we do research, we know that the video should be getting more views than it does, but because we don't have the followers, YouTube doesn't show it to enough people. That's our opinion, and that's the way these algorithms had worked up until TikTok showed up. TikTok changed everything because they said, we don't care how many followers somebody has. If they make a good video or a fun video, we're putting it out. And the other platforms, including YouTube, had to catch up. So with shorts, what they've done is kind of copied the idea behind TikTok, where it doesn't matter how many followers you have, you can have a shorts video that will start to move. They also have the ability to draw in subscribers, but that can be a double-edged sword, because as much as we all would like to have more subscribers, in my opinion, the number of subscribers doesn't matter compared to your goal. So if you are here, let's say, to make money off YouTube, or to have a business and YouTube is promoting it and therefore you make money in that way, monetization is on most of our minds. If the goal is a certain amount of money per month, then that's the goal. The number of subscribers, number of views don't matter, because I promise you, I can say absolutely that there are creators out there with less subscribers than you think, making more money than you think. And I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the way that the monetization is run behind the channels, if that makes sense, the social media promotion, everything else. So forgive the long tangent there. But anyway, since the beginning of shorts, YouTube has had this winning the lottery aspect, where when you put out a shorts video, it's possible to get a huge pump of views. Could be hundreds, could be thousands. And then usually it slows down and you might get a second pump. I don't usually ever see a third or hear that from anybody. Most shorts stop after that. If you bring in subscribers, like somebody like myself, okay, I have a variety channel. So if I film a duck walking across the street and get a few views and those people subscribe to my channel, they might not care about the unboxing videos or walking around the city and stuff like that, because they came because the duck was cute, right? So it almost hurts, right? My personal channel has thousands of subscribers that came because I was chasing some news. They never come back for anything else because they were just there for that news that couple of weeks. Shorts can be very helpful to a channel where the shorts are in line with the rest of the content. So gaming channels apparently do very well with shorts, where if somebody does a lot of, let's say, even a dedicated channel with Fortnite, Minecraft, or Grand Theft Auto, the shorts will bring in people that like that game, and then they'll stay for the long form content. So anything's possible. It's not that I'm ever right or wrong. I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. And for most of us in the Tuber Chat family, we are putting out variety in our shorts videos, just kind of throwing anything against the wall and seeing what sticks, because we do want the subscriber numbers a little bit faster. And as your channel starts to grow, when you start to get more towards the 5,000 and 10,000 subscribers, you will already have the instinct to know whether you need to niche down or whether you can keep going the way you are. Because I promise you, when you have 100,000 subscribers, whatever 3,000 people were not there when you started niching is not going to matter as far as engagement, if that makes sense. They'll likely still be with you because they intended on supporting you as a creator and are interested in what you're going to come up with next, more so than, for instance, like Chevy Riding High should be able to do very well with people who particularly are Chevy fans, right? If somebody is a Chevrolet fanatic, then they can't live without this channel, right? They probably subscribe to 20, 30, 50 channels, maybe even more, that are specifically Chevy because they just love it, right? So these are just ideas, thoughts. Again, I'm not necessarily right or wrong. I certainly don't want anybody to think that or that I think so. We just discuss ideas here so that we can all hopefully banter back and forth about these things. Then we can all learn from each other, because I've been corrected many times here in Tuber Chat, and I have learned a lot and taken lessons from some of our creators here as well, regardless of their channel sizes or subscriber numbers. Hendo Pomeranian Puppy, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Makeup Mom and Son is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator as well. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I know I get behind in the chat when I'm talking so much. Precious Gems, good to see you in the house. And then thank you again, though, Norwegian Homestead, for the question about the shorts, because it's something I don't talk about often enough. And one of the reasons why I changed the way the wheel works here in Tuber Chat is to give us the freedom to have discussions about any subject that comes up without worrying about the time. You know, I'm not in a race. We'll put as many channels on the screen as we can in 3 hours, but if I have to stop and get into a conversation, then that is fine, hopefully. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities is asking about the reused content policy. I'll have to look that up. As a matter of fact, what I'll do, pardon me, if you haven't already seen it, Facebook, we have a page, not to mention a group. Anybody can put their videos in our Facebook group. And then let me just do a quick search here. I don't want to speculate on something that I'm not 100% clear with, but I'll have a look while we're on our first break, which we'll do in another moment here, and I'll come back and try to answer that question. So my recommendation to everybody is just not to bother reusing anything. One of the reasons why is because I wonder about two different things. Actually, pardon me, just so we don't waste any time. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities. So forgive me for missing that question. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, for catching that. He catches so many of my mistakes. It's unbelievable. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities. Are you talking about reusing somebody else's content with the fair use policy, or are you talking about reusing your own content? Because that's a big thing too, and I do understand right away. I can talk about that for sure. And you're right, Fanatic Guide. Either way, either of the two ideas is a sticky area. Precious Gems, good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I didn't say hello to anybody in the chat. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising is here as well. And what we'll do, we'll go on break right now. Let me spin the wheel. We'll talk about Chevy Riding High. I'll see who's coming up next. We'll go on break for 3.5 minutes. When we come back, we'll talk about the reuse policy. Chevy Riding High is a channel that brings us lowriders and other restored, done up, and maintained vehicles of different types. Now, you have to forgive me because I'm not a fan of any particular brand of car over the other. So I don't know. I can't pick out a lot of the years and things like that. Sometimes I can see a car and I'll say like, oh, is that a Cutlass Supreme? And then somebody will say, no, it's something else, right? And that's happened many, many times. But I can learn from a channel like this. What I did notice in this last video, let me see which one I watched here. They had these cars had hydraulics just going crazy. Now, I don't know the truth about even the terms of these things, and I've been lucky enough to have driven through Tampa, Florida once over the last, I don't know, 10 years, something like that. I was down there once, and boy, was there a lot of cars that were, I believe they're called dubs, right? Where the cars are up on, like, they look like monster truck tires. These remind me of that. The cars are able to drive in just the most peculiar way with these hydraulics, all lowriders here. Really, really cool. So I have a lot to learn from this channel. They're fairly new. Now, Chevy Riding High dropped a super chat before we even started, so I already put them on the wheel, but I'll get to some more names on the wheel as we get through a few more channels. We'll do that as soon as we get back. And then Chevy Riding High is working on 1,100 subscribers. Hopefully we can push them a little bit farther. I expect this channel to do well with shorts because it's such a niche channel. Right? So not that everybody has to have a niche. We can debate that all day long. The biggest YouTubers are always going to say if you are starting out, you should, start with a niche channel. But I also think that for anybody that doesn't specifically have a particular niche that you want to focus on, there's nothing wrong with experimenting today, because we can change our mind 100 times if we want to. Chevy Riding High might do really well though, because the short form content here in the shorts is going to complement the long form content. Anybody who sees a video like this, and this is what I'm talking about that I saw in the latest video that I watched from them, but if you see a video like this, you might say like, oh, that's really cool. This channel looks like, obviously with Chevy in the name, we're probably going to see a lot more of that, and then they'll stay and subscribe, which is great. So hopefully I'm right about that. I will keep an eye on the channel. GP9 Vlogs, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me if I'm mistaken that you might be here for the first time, but for anybody that's brand new today, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Yeah, Destination Fun. The last time I was in Tampa, I was just coming through for an errand. I was actually in Jacksonville, Florida. I was meant to DJ, and the club was shut down. We had to cancel that gig. Some of you may know I was a DJ for a very long time, most of my adult life. And I don't do much of that anymore at all, except favors. But the last time things were going really well, I got a chance to be in the States. It was odd for me to be going to Jacksonville, and it's too bad that didn't work out. But we did have to go to Tampa for an errand, and yes, it's 4 hours away, I know. But when I saw all the cars, I was like, it's like every car downtown has dubs. And if that's the right way of saying that, and forgive me if I'm mistaken, you can teach me if you'd like. Express Baskets and Treats is here as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And Creative Beauty Butterfly is here. So I'm not sure if Charlene's heel is still in the house, but we'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back. We'll talk about the reuse policy, and I'll see what I can find about using other people's content for a quick second. My recommendation is always just to not bother doing it at all. But I tend to be way too conservative. So there are lots of ways that people can use things within the guidelines that are absolutely fine. I just don't. But then when we talk about the reuse policy, reusing our own content, YouTube is very clear about that, and I'll talk about that when we get back. So if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. We're back in 3.5 minutes with Design with Emma. All right, we're back. We're looking at Design with Emma. So I'm just going to show you something. When we look at YouTube reused content as a search in Google, the first thing that they come up with is this: reused content refers to channels that repurpose someone else's content without adding significant original commentary or educational value. Now, I always recommend to everybody not to use anybody else's stuff ever. The reason why, more than anything else, is because copyright strikes can come anytime in the future. And the system is a little bit automated, so it's hard to explain without showing you. But what happens is, in the back of YouTube Studio, when somebody takes somebody else's content and uses it, which I've been through many times, people have taken my stuff when I was chasing a bunch of newsworthy content, and on other channels that I run, the same thing has happened. What happens is YouTube gives you a big list of all the channels, the content they've taken, where the match is in your video and their video, then gives you the opportunity to act. But let's just say you had a great video and 20 different people took it. You might go through and click strike, 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 strike. It's not quite that easy, but you could. And what happens is you might say, oh my God, I accidentally gave one of my friends a strike. I should have reached out to them first. So it can happen. But nobody wants a strike on their channel, right? 3 strikes, you are out. That's it. That's all. So I just don't do it. Now, what YouTube specifically clearly said there is, without you adding significant commentary, additional commentary, or educational value. So if I was to imagine, and please, I don't want anybody to take this as a recommendation, if you were to take something that is out there, let's say a news story, and start talking about it, you need to put a lot of commentary into it. So much so, my recommendation would be, make sure that you're doing more of your own content than the stuff that you're taking. Sometimes people might want to do a review of a movie trailer. That might be something, I'm just imagining ideas here, right? Where if you're just running the trailer and talking over it, I would guess that that could possibly grab you a strike. But again, I'm not right or wrong about this. That's up to anybody's judgment. There are lots of rules out there in other types of content which say that you must add at least 20% of your own commentary or educational value, let's say, in order not to be crossing the line of copyright infringement. So it's a very dangerous game. I don't recommend it ever to anybody. You'll never hear me talk about the idea of, like, reactions and things like that are okay to do as long as you do this. There's no such thing from me, because I would rather, for us, we make our own content, and there will be lots of other people to learn from. If you know somebody who has a big channel that's doing the kind of things you're thinking about doing, I would reach out to them. The other idea behind reusing content, YouTube lets us know we cannot just keep making the same videos over and over and over again. There must be a lot of difference between them. You can't just take the same video and put a different intro and outro on it and keep running the same video. If you do that kind of thing, you could be denied monetization, and nobody wants that either. So these are just ideas. Again, I don't want anybody to take that as gospel. I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. I just wanted to put those things out there. Thank you, Charlene Heel. Thank you for Scratching PPA for catching that. Now, if I've missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open. Hopefully catch it the next time around. Bio Bengal Fantasy Network says, yes, you have to transform it somehow. I've got a lot of DJ friends that do music, particularly on Twitch. It's harder on YouTube. So, like, even I have a video that's now blocked. I gotta go fix that again because of copyright claims, not strikes, and that comes from popular music most often. But transforming content can help. Some of my DJ friends try to fool the system by putting a music video into their content, and then they just make it a really small part of the screen. but I don't think that. I think that's playing with fire. And then Super Rainbow Queens in the House Maritime Dashcam is actually Corinne's Life, who's here as a member and a moderator. Andy's Journey, thank you. I didn't know you were from Chattanooga, so forgive me for that. Thank you for that. Andy's Journey is another incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And for that, he's done that kind of thing before, and I, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. But Andy's Journeys is going to be put on the wheel right away because of that super chat. Again, we've changed things up a little bit, but our video description explains how the wheel works. It's based on, pardon me, who's been most actively engaged in conversation. And I'll add some more names from our chat list shortly as we need them. We'll get through as many channels as we can in the next 2 hours. But Just Jason Keto and More gifted a membership, so he's already on the wheel, and Andy's Journeys dropped that super chat, so we've got them on the wheel now as well. Design with Emma is up here. This is a creator that's going to help us with interior design, and it's interesting because they even go as far as to take us out to see where we're going to find some of the things that we might use for our interior design, and that could be of a home or an office or anywhere at all. She's got a brand new video from yesterday. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list right now. I just watched this one. She took us to Goodwill to see what they've got there. A lot of times you'll find really interesting things that might go along with your own taste or theme, if we want to call it that, when you think about design. I know the least about interior design from anybody, so I have the most to learn from a channel like this. But you never know when you have a certain taste, and you might be setting a couple of things up in an area of your home or your office or somewhere else, and then say, there's an empty space here and I need something to go there and I don't have anything that matches. And then there's lots of different ways to find ideas, and Design with Emma is going to help us with that. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. They're working on 2,100 subscribers right now. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. They've just been with us a few months now. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then when we look through their shorts, they've done really well here. But here's another example of a lot of variety in shorts. They get a particular type here that's doing well at 20,000 and over 30,000 views. And then live streams are something that they've done. They seem to be bringing these out about once a week, so it's been a couple weeks now. We'll see if they're going to continue that as an idea. And we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. And then pardon me if I've missed anything in the chat that anybody wanted me to see again. So we'll look at Just Jason Keto and More. Yeah, you know what? Michael's Adventures, I don't know what the problem is. I'm screaming at the... I hear myself screaming at the camera again. Part of it is from being excited and, passionate about the conversation a moment ago. Pardon me. I never forget the honey. I never forget it. And I have it every single day, either by itself or in coffee, because I drink coffee every day now, even if it's decaffeinated, but that's just because it apparently is good for your liver. I got some good news a while back too. I'd always thought that there was a liver thing. Apparently I have like a moderate amount of fat on my liver, but not in the idea of anything dangerous. I worked in nightclubs and bars for a long time, and everything's on the house. I used to run these places in the later days, so it was just kind of ridiculous how much we would drink, let's just say. Only at work, not anywhere else, or not often anywhere else. But I've toned that like right down now. But I went to see I had to go see a liver specialist about it, but it really has to do with weight. I am far overweight right now and need to address that. But when I was last at the liver doctor, I said, first of all, they got me on a couple supplements and stuff. I don't have to take medication or anything like that. But the one of the things he said is you could have a couple of coffees a day, and that would probably help too. Probably laying off the pizza and chocolate would be a help. but some exercise helps and things like that. But I specifically asked the guy while I was there last time. He had a chart on the wall, and forgive me, I don't remember if I've told this story on Tuber Chat or not. I feel like I have, but I'm not sure. Anyway, he had a chart on the wall, and it shows like levels of damage to your liver, right? And then he had one of those things, you know, like doctors and dentists, they always have like an organ, or like the dentist has the mouth and all that. And he had it where there's a healthy piece of the liver, and then not so healthy, and then damaged, and then, you know, trouble, right? And I said, where am I on the chart? He goes, you're not on the chart. Don't worry about it. He showed me the little liver thing, and he goes, you're still here. So I'm on the verge of the healthy part of the liver towards the, like, you're going to do something now, or you're going to move into the next thing. So they said as long as I lose about 20, I think, what did they say, 10% of my weight, I should be okay. I'm probably, for the ideal weight, I'm actually 70 pounds overweight. It may not look quite that bad. It does if you see the latest couple of videos where I was in the videos, actually. I get it in my face. But anyway, if I lose about 25 pounds, I should be good to go. And the liver will heal itself, of course. And yeah, the Thigh Master. I actually have that under desk treadmill now. I just got it last week. I just started using it. So what I do, I find that I can't work, like not truly work while I'm walking on the thing. But what I can do is watch videos. So this morning when I was in Hillbilly Chicken Ranch and Swoop Like Me, I was in their live streams and I was on it. Grow Big TV. Forgive me, I may not have said hello. By the way, Corky did a great job walking around the garden in that last video that I watched, by the way. They give tips, too. You know, lots of our homesteading and gardening friends give a lot of tips. Now that I've got Just Jason Keto and Moore's channel on the screen, he's somebody who will give us a lot of tips and tricks when it comes to healthy eating and healthy living. So particularly when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. When we look at his banner, he updates this frequently to inspire us on our way into the channel. It says, if I gave you the chance to change your life in 6 months, would you take it? And that's an idea. He does a lot of inspiring and motivating, and some of it is unintentional, like it just comes through in the conversation. He literally, you've catch him many times in his videos saying, if I could help just one person, that would make it all worth it, kind of an idea. And he's got a lot of recipes on the channel. He's talked about how to get started with keto, for anybody that's just starting out now, if you wanted to follow that particular idea of a diet or lifestyle. I've got to take this latest video. He actually sent me some samples of another type of product. It was a electrolyte thing that you add into water, like powder, for which I was grateful. He sent over a bunch of that. I put one in my coffee the other day, and I don't know what I was thinking. Some of you will remember hearing me whine and complain that the coffee was so salty. I put this thing in the coffee because he mentioned the chocolate one is good, but I wasn't thinking, yeah, my coffee's only a few ounces. I use a small coffee cup more than anything else, and that thing's meant for 2 cups. But anyway, he's got something else here for us to see. Lots of product reviews on the channel. He will help us make sense of a lot of the ingredients we see in packaging, especially when we're looking for keto-based or keto-friendly ideas. Lots of recipes on the channel as well. He just did a series, 12 Days of Chaffles, which is a popular seeming healthy alternative or addition to a snack or a meal. And then he's also got a lot of friends that will come onto the channel and give their life experience. He does these in videos or live streams. And this is what I was talking about with collaborations. He's got people on the channel all the time. They will give their tips, their tricks, their trials, their tribulations, their suggestions, and he's got a community that is like-minded and wants to help also. So when you're in the chat, when you come in with questions, comments, I always find myself compelled to participate while I'm there. You get lots of recommendations and help and support from the community that surrounds this channel as well in the live chats, if that makes sense. Wheaton Shaw, good to see you in the house. When we look at the shorts, we see 6,000 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 on a lot of these healthy looking, especially grilling shorts. But he's got one here at 22,000, which I've seen. It's as entertaining as it is informative. When we look at his live streams, we see that this creator now is celebrating monetization. So he put it a week out. So he'll be on, I'm not sure if that's a Friday. I'm not counting days properly, or Saturday. So that'll be about a week and a half from now. We're very excited for Just Jason Keto and More to have been monetized. He does a lot of playlist swapping. He's still working on the 4,000 hours. He's probably got about 700 hours to go if I was to guess today. And then when we look at his live stream, sometimes he's by himself, but sometimes he's got other people joining him. Guests on panel, like you see in the thumbnails there, where they're sharing their life experiences as well and recommendations when it comes to the idea of keto-based diet or lifestyle. Sometimes he takes us out for, like Keto-Palooza, for instance, for some more informative videos. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. We'd love to push him towards the 1,300 subscribers that he's thinking about right now. I'm going to spin the wheel. Again, we looked at Just Jason Keto and More and put him on the wheel right away because he dropped a gifted membership in the chat, which Michael's Adventures picked up again. And then Andy's Journeys actually just dropped us a super chat. So we put them on the wheel right away also. I'll get some more names as we need them. If anybody in the house, pardon me, has not already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Marketplace Boutique is in the house. I'm looking forward to talking about her channel because, you know, sometimes when you go, and this goes for everybody, but when you're visiting your friends, right? You might see a premiere or a live stream. You get into a live stream and you're talking to everybody for 10 or 15 minutes, but then you might be doing something else. You still got it running, but you're kind of in lurk mode, right? You're lurking. And so last night, our friend, Commander Vlog, celebrated his birthday. I didn't know it was coming up, but I just happened to find his thing the other last night by accident. Marketplace Boutique just had a birthday a few days ago as well. If I'm right, forgive me, I might be mistaken about that. Forgive me about that. But when I was in Commander Vlog's live stream last night, I was still lurking. I was like working on the computer, but I still had it running in the background. I wasn't talking for a little while, but I saw Marketplace Boutique come in there. Now, that's just one example, but I have seen her out supporting other creators like crazy. So I'm always heartwarmed. It's always heartwarming to see that kind of thing when we run into each other and you see people actually supporting each other the way we all hope and things like that. After all this time, it's been 3.5 years of Tuber Chat, and I still am happy to see that between creators. Thank you, Hendo Pomeranian Puppy. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Scratch Master still on the wheel. And oh, is Tales Told in the Dark here? Yeah, that's Cassie from Oracles and Beyond, of course. And then Andy's Journeys is up here right now. Exploring places for us is what they say. When we look at their videos, I can see I'm behind. I'm just going to grab the latest one they did. Point Park in New Year, New Camera. So that's in Chattanooga, I'm assuming. I will put that into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Checking out places, old history, and hidden places. To see what they are, what could be, and what is left. A little bit of something for everyone is what they expect to bring us. They've got some shorts on the channel that are starting to do really well at 2,300, 2,500 views. This is really cool. I live in Niagara Falls in Ontario, Canada, and we have one of those fudge making places, so I've been lucky enough to get by there and see them doing that many times as well. But this is a really cool thing. If you haven't already seen fudge being made ever in like a touristy kind of area, this will be likely a great short to see. As well, live streams are an idea for the future. We'll keep an eye on the channel. Andy's Journey's been with us a long time too now. I can't remember if it's approaching 3 years or if it's just a couple. Lookout Mountain above Chattanooga. So I'm not familiar with Chattanooga. I haven't been to Tennessee that I remember. I look forward to going. We got a lot of friends. We got a couple of friends that like to go there regularly or occasionally, and a couple of streamers out there in Nashville. Not in the Tuber Chat family, but they're out there on YouTube. But I look forward to a chance to see it, hopefully sooner than later. So Andy's Journeys, we'd love to push this creator towards the 5,300 subscribers they're thinking about. They're an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you again for another Super Chat today. You can see they took over our Stream Boss position right away. And that's the Video Game Life Beater under my camera there. Every Super Chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss. The last person to knock it out takes over and gets some extra exposure for a little while. And we'll see that. So here's the longer video that they're talking about as well. It's quite a few months ago, but they've got the Incline Railway top station, interesting, where they make the fudge. So there's a longer version of that shorts video. So thank you again, Andy's Journeys. Let's spin the wheel. If anybody has the ability to share the stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, please just simply say, I am willing, or pardon me, if anybody has the ability to share it on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, or any other social network, I'll appreciate it. It helps get this a few more people into Tuber Chat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I'm going to try to stop screaming at the camera. We got the furnace on. Now, in my area of Canada, it's not like freezing cold. It's probably about freezing right now. I think it's like 0 or 1 or 2 today or whatever it is. Next week, we're supposed to get really, really cold again. But we've always, like, you know, the heat is on. So the furnace pops on every once in a while, but it's behind me. I don't notice it, but I find myself yelling at the camera because of it. So we're back in 3.5 minutes with Fat Man James Fishing. Alright, we're back and looking at Fat Man James Fishing. So this is a channel I'm still getting to know. We'll talk about their content in a quick second. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Fat Man James Fishing is working on his first 100 subscribers. So we know that the race to the first 100 is challenging, of course. We'd love to do as much as we all possibly can for each other, and then we see channels growing, hitting different milestones like the first 100 and far beyond all the time. Nova Real Show, good to see you here. So sitting at 84 right now, they'll have their first 100 before they know it, I'm sure. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. They've just been with us a couple of months now. We've got quite a few fishing channels. I actually have grouped a lot of them when I talk here in Tuber Chat into the homesteading community of channels, because there's such a wide range of content there. And while it's not traditional homesteading, they bring us a lot of outdoor content, right, along with camping, along with even hiking, or especially farming, ranching, and gardening. Now, Fat Man James Fishing, like I said, I'm still getting to know, but I'm just digging through their videos right here. I'm just thinking I might take a, I saw one of these unboxings, the different types of tackle, of course, for aiming for different types of fish, depending on where you're going and what's available, right? I wonder if I might just take another one of these. I'll put this in my catch-up list for now, just so I can watch another piece of content. And then shorts on this channel. They give us an introduction here. They say average avid fisherman. They've been fishing for close to 50 years. They still like to get out as often as they can. Mostly going to talk about fishing equipment, gear, unboxings, and reviews. So a little bit of variety in the shorts. We see that, but these have gotten now into 2,000 and 3,000 views. And hopefully everybody will connect with Fat Man James Fishing. They've been here just about every day since finding us, actually. Let's spin the wheel. I put some more names on the wheel. P&J's Homestead Adventure, Scratch and PPA, of course, Steve, Tina, Jewel, and the Stock Explorer have all been added to the wheel. We'll get some more names on the wheel as we need them. And we'll get through as many as we can in the next couple of hours. Let's look at P&J's Homestead Adventure and see what they've got going on. Oh, my copy and paste doesn't want to work. I am extremely impatient when I'm working on the computer and something doesn't want to work right away. It's almost like a fight or flight idea. As soon as I copy and paste and it doesn't work, I'm like, oh, come on. I got to probably tone that down a little bit, but it's like daily. All my family and friends make fun of me because they know that I'm like constantly, I actually speak to the inanimate objects. I talk to the mouse and the keyboard. Like, would you just work? You worked yesterday. I need you to work. And I need this to work right now. And it's got to be the most entertaining thing to see. So P&J's Homestead Adventure is up here right now. The copy and paste did actually work. So 370 subscribers they've got. This is another channel I'm still getting to know, but they always engage conversation here in the chat, for which I'm grateful. I see them out supporting other creators. I think they're actually supporting all of my channels now too. The reason why I say that is just for you to understand the kind of support you can expect back from a channel like this. Now, I group a lot of channels together, like I was saying, in the homesteading community, or when I talk about them. And one of the biggest reasons is because it seems to me that the creators behind these channels have a similarity in the way they are generous by wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. We find that universally. This looks like a really nice video, eh? Fall colors in the background. And here, time spent in the woods in nature. Luckily, you know, like I said, I live in Niagara Falls, Canada, but I grew up in Toronto. I'm still like working around there all the time. But the we are lucky enough to have all 4 seasons, so we get those fall colors, right? When we look at this channel, I'm still getting to know them. I'm thinking I might take something else. I'm going to take a fall garden tour video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to watch another piece of content. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels. Over weeks and months, by hanging out in premieres, live streams, watching content, I get to know the content on the channel. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators there as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. Scratch and Miko, good to see you in the house. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Miko. You said that the other day. Scratch and Miko, good to see you in the house. And, oh, your favorite desert wine in a skillet. I feel like I recognize the name. I'm not a huge wine connoisseur. We actually made a little bit. Kristen and I, when I first moved there with her, we started making some wine. We got into that for a while, but we ended up just kind of falling out of that. I don't know if that was, you know, COVID kind of doing that or not. I don't want to blame everything in the world on the shutdowns and everything, but I can't remember. I can't remember why we would have stopped doing that. But that is just a guess. Some of the things we were all doing. Oh, they have an ice wine? Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like I recognize it now that you're saying it. I love Niagara Falls. It's a wonderful place to live as much as visit. I try to get out occasionally to stream and shoot videos when I'm there. P&J's Homestead Adventures got some shorts here as well. These are bringing us mostly outdoor content on this channel, even though our homesteading friends often bring us about a 50-50 split between indoor and outdoor, between the prepping, cooking, canning, and then product reviews and outdoor gardening and tours and tips and tricks and things like that. We've got 2,000 and 2,500 views on these shorts, which is great. Almost 2,000 and 2,500. Duchess of Darkness, good to see you in the house. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. We'd love to push P&J's Homestead Adventure towards the 400 subscribers we know they're thinking about. Sometimes things to me look like work. Look at this thumbnail here for this Planting 2023 Garden Wildlife on the Move. All I can think about is staining the deck. Their deck's in great shape here. Last summer we had to stain a deck. Like, I do a lot of outdoor work, and some of that is like just random stuff, renovations of any kind. And I did not enjoy that. We were using sanders. It's hands and knees work with masks and respirators and everything else. And when I see a beautiful deck, I think, oh, the work it takes to keep that nice. Let's look at Scratch Master now and see what they've got going on their channel. They're here with us frequently too. I think Scratch Master's here with us every day lately. Now, I know not everybody can be here every single stream or for hours at a time every time we're here, but I do appreciate every moment, of course. Even if you're just coming by to say hello, give a thumbs up. We got a few friends that do that, or if you're running the stream in the background. Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning is in the house. That's Tracy and Phoebe. They bring us beauty, of course. Judgment Day Mike Harper is here with us every day as well. Scratch Master's got 477 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 500 they're going to be thinking about. More often than anything else, we're going to see lottery ticket scratching here, but there's a little more variety. I see you're getting into some chocolate here as well. Pete will be interested to see that also. Well, chocolate and cheese are like two things. I don't even like expensive stuff, to be honest with you. Anything off the shelf, I end up grabbing all the time. Same goes for cheese. It doesn't have to be expensive stuff. That kind of idea actually ends up wasted on me. If somebody was to bring me, like, you know, I've had a couple friends bring like true Swiss chocolate from Switzerland. And it's great to have, but I'm like, oh, you can just give me a simple Aero bar off the shelf or any other thing. A Snickers is fine. That's a joke with some of the YouTubers as well. And then let's look at the shorts for a second here. These have just started. Live streams. Live streams. yeah, are something that they seem to have been doing regularly. It's been another month, so we'll see if they're going to pick those back up. But we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up on the screen. Zombie Gaming Jory's here with us. That's another longtime friend. The Stock Explorer is coming up as a member and a moderator. They also live in Florida. We were talking about Tampa earlier. But the Stock Explorer is Nora. They've got 2 channels. One of those is going to take us outside and talk about gardening as well. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Now, every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. I'm going to put Henry Nelson and Makeup Mom and Son on the wheel right now. I'll get some more names onto the wheel as we need them. And when we look at the Stock Explorer, you know, I was talking, I'm not sure if the Stock Explorer was listening or here while I mentioned it, but I said I had to go to Tampa once. I actually had family. I had uncle. They later moved to Atlanta, but they used to live in Tampa Bay. And then my grandparents lived in Daytona. So when I was too young to barely remember, we had gone down there to visit a couple of times. So I've been to Disney World. I vaguely remember. But my grandparents used to do Christmas in July for us. They were what we call snowbirds, which means that they're Canadian, but they live in Canada during the summer months, and then they live in the States during the winter months. You're allowed to stay, I believe it's 1 day short of 6 months outside of Canada or in the US. And they're trying to change that rule. I'm keeping my ear to the ground. I'm not sure, but I wonder if I aspire to be a snowbird one of these days. It's actually only a few years away from me before I can really do that legitimately, but thinking about spending time in the States. I love being there. I love Canada. I love where I am. I love Toronto, and, you know, I probably wouldn't change that, but I love everything I've seen in the States, to be honest with you. We could argue all day and night about the good and the bad everywhere in the world, but there's something about the feeling of being in the States that I have always enjoyed. But that was when I was too young to remember. Somewhere around 10 years ago, I went to Jacksonville, Florida, but had to go to Tampa just for a quick errand. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. And we drove through there and happened to get through there at night. And while we were driving through Tampa, I was saying all the cars looked like every car had dubs on them. They're all like monstrous, like above my head it looked like, and everything else. And we're like, wow, awesome looking nightlife in that town, it seemed. But anyway, I was saying that for a quick second. So Nora is the creator behind the Stock Explorer. They want to talk to us about the stock markets and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They happen to be in Florida as well, closer to Orlando. The Stock Explorer is working on 2,000 subscribers right now. And when we look at their videos, we see that when they are talking about stocks, they often have product in hand. I've seen them go as far as to invest in a stock, order a product from the company, and then unbox that product on a live stream. This creator will bring us beginner tutorials, advanced topics, everything in between, and they do that through video, shorts, and live streams. Now, this creator also brings a little bit of variety, and especially lately, they've been expanding the content on the channel. Some of their shorts have done really well. They've gotten into 2,000, 3,000 views, almost 4,000 here, and they've got one that's still going. This Coke machine is still climbing at 8,300. It's like every time we look at it, it seems to be higher. But you can see more variety from Nora here. Most of you recognize her, and she's been doing a lot of scratch battles lately in her live streams. with other creators. Collaborating is a wonderful way to grow your audience and your channel, to be honest with you. When we dig through some of the thumbnails, you'll notice there's charts and graphs sometimes when they're talking crypto, but a lot of it is friendly conversation as well. So much so I actually joined them on their channel about a year ago. It's getting on a year. We had a 2-hour conversation about YouTube. A lot of that will still be relevant as well if you want to search that out. Jonathan Sturgill, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Let me hit their second channel here. Tropical Buzz is where Nora the Stock Explorer is going to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're growing themselves, and they get involved in seed swaps and things like that with other creators. They got 248 subscribers over here, and they've brought us a few shorts to go along with the videos. Hopefully that will continue as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Nora, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then Shipra Singh Rajput, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And for anybody that's brand new today, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect. Please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now. And this creator is known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, a beloved and dedicated moderator, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6.5 years on YouTube. He brings an interesting twist into lottery ticket scratching, where in his Scratch Challenge series of videos, he pits 2 lottery tickets against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video. Which sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. We can vote on Facebook, Instagram, and or Twitter, of course. Pallets, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning, thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. They've done that many times before. Countless times, actually, as Tracy and Phoebe. So I've got their name on the wheel now. We always put channels on the wheel after a super chat like that. And then Scratch and Pete PA brings out his video series every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. He runs them as premieres. And if you can catch one of these, you're going to find the fastest rolling chat that you have seen in the Tuber Chat family, or one of the fastest rolling chats. He rivals those of Grow Big TV or the Stock Explorer or Hilda DC or a few others. And it makes it very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Now, as well, Scratch and PPA has presentation at the forefront of his mind. You'll see that from his bright, beautiful avatar that is matched by his thumbnails, which include content and a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. And then his video editing skills have been complemented ever since his very first production over 3.5 years ago. When we look at his live streams, we see that this creator brought us his very first live stream a few months ago during a vacation that he took to Italy. And I know a lot of people were excited for Scratch and PPA to expand the content on the channel. He also brought us a lot of vlogging style shorts videos from some of the areas that he visited, along with some Italian lottery scratch tickets as well, which we otherwise might not have seen. So hopefully everybody will, pardon me, connect with Scratch and PPA and push him towards the 1,900 subscribers that he's now thinking about. And hopefully everybody will connect with him so you can get some of that support coming back to you as well. Milk Honey Heritage Farms is just asking, is it better to do a live or premiere? So they're very different types of content, right? And the way I often describe it is we can think of our channels as almost having at least 3 audiences, because there are some people who like videos and don't like live streams. There are some people who like live streams and don't like videos. There are some people who like both. and there are some people who like shorts, and you know, the list goes on. But not every piece of content is going to appeal to everybody. My best recommendation for most of us is to do as much of everything as you can, within reason. You don't want to just flood the system with videos without quality. But I'm a big fan of premieres. I have been recommending them to everybody for a long time, even though I have not done a lot of them on my own. I've done a lot over the years, but I haven't done a lot over the last couple of years. I have flip-flopped between, yes, I'm going to do them, no, I'm not going to do them, yes, I'm going to do them. Now I'm pretty much doing them regularly, and even on the other channels that I run, we've gotten into premieres, and we expect that to be permanent. So live streams are a very different type of content, though. In what I've seen myself, premieres get the smallest amount of the audience at a time. So Scratch and PPA is an exception because he's been doing premieres every single week without fail for 3 years. So it's not uncommon to see 50 people watching in his premiere, anywhere from 40 to 50 people at a time. Not to mention, you know, like YouTube knocks us out of the chat after we've not been there for, not mentioned a comment for a minute and this and that. So there's always more people watching. But he does it so consistently, and it gives his video series a real push. Premieres always give everybody a push, in my opinion. The idea is, if you were going to drop a video, and let's say that video was 10 minutes long, then would you get more views in the first 10 minutes by premiering it, or by just dropping it? And that's the question that leads us to say almost in every case premiering is a better idea. But you want to keep an eye on your analytics as well. When you've got enough traffic on your channel, YouTube will give you a chart that tells you when people are watching. So in my opinion, if you're going to drop a video, you want to do it at the beginning of the rush of traffic. So let's say a couple of hours before your biggest time, if that makes sense, of day, of number of people watching. So your busiest time of day for your audience, you want to be dropping your video before that so you can catch the rise up. In premieres and live streams, you want to hit them right in that first or second hour so that you can take advantage of the fact that your audience is most of your audience is active at that time, if that makes sense. Coastal Water, good to see you here. KNRP Kim Polton is here. I'm screaming at the camera. I'm not going to have a voice tomorrow. And DJ's Family and Friends Travels and More will be live streaming soon. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. This new channel, Shipra, brings sketches on their channel. I'm always interested to see any kind of art because I am not artistic, so I like to see things that other people create. Makeup Mom and Son is a longtime dear friend as well. She's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator, has been for about 3 years, and all of the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine. They are all dear friends of each other. They've all got different channels and they all do different things, but one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, you will be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channels while you're there, if that makes sense, during premieres and live streams. So when we get into Makeup Mom and Son's channel, she does a lot of different things now. She started with a lot of beauty and makeup, lots and lots and lots of looks, and you'll see that throughout her videos. But over the years, she's gotten into tons of live streaming and a lot of product reviews, unboxing videos, and monthly subscription services as well. So she's got a freeze-dried candy unboxing and review video here. So that'll be interesting to see. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with her. She's working on 2,000 subscribers. She's going to have it any time now. She's at 1.98 there. And then this creator as well, has brought us get ready with me type videos, a lot of shorts. The shorts have a lot of variety in them, but they give you an idea of what she does with some makeup sometimes. She does really well with series of videos like around Halloween and Christmas, but her shorts have a lot of variety, but you see a couple of these are really doing well. I think this one's still moving at 30,000 views and one at 37,000, which is great to see. And then live streams. Now here's a better look at some of the looks she gives when she does get ready with me type videos, but she's also done a lot of live streaming with StreamYard panels. I've joined her on her channel and other channels many times. She's done interviews with a lot of familiar faces here. I've been honored to have been a part of that as well. I was interviewed by her. She might bring those back. And then when we look at the thumbnail for her latest video, you're going to see Caden, her son there. I'm just going to show you his channel as well. Now, Makeup Mom and Son is monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. But when we get to Caden Plays It, we see a channel brought to us by the son of Makeup Mom and Son. And of course, Mom is helping Son on this channel. But we see some video gameplay. We see more unboxings and almost reviews. And then we see some shorts videos that bring pure variety here. These have just started, but already getting into hundreds of views, which is great to see. When we see the live streams, hopefully those will continue. She has let us know that that's the intention. And there's Kate in right there. So hopefully everybody will encourage this young creator by pushing them a little bit farther towards their first 100 subscribers. They put out content occasionally, but hopefully we'll see that pick up as well. So let me spin the wheel. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes right now and come back with Stephen, Tina, Jewel. I'll get some more names on the wheel right now. right, we're back and looking at Steve and Tina Jewell. And these creators actually have been with us just about every day lately as well. They're longtime friends and monetize. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. You know, I say of channels of this size as well that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. And then thank you, BioBengo Fantasy Network. All the same music, by the way, in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music that anybody can use in their videos and live streams. We have a separate channel for that, but it's also available on all major music streaming platforms, including Amazon, Deezer, Spotify, and YouTube Music, of course. What we'll do after Tuber Chat today is go into the music channel for an hour-long music stream. It's like a virtual nightclub over there with a video game going. Everybody can participate in the chat. We've got link drops over there, and you'll get a chance to hear some of the music that's available. I've added a couple of names to the wheel. Lisa's Adventures in Cruising and Creative Beauty Butterfly have both been added. The wheel is always run based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. Actively engage in conversation in the chat. Steve and Tina Jewell, I'm going to talk about their content in a moment. Pardon me. When we look at these creators, I see they're posting frequently. I'm way behind here. I thought I caught them for a live stream. We'll have a look at that in a quick second. I've caught them quite a few times. I'm going to put their latest video. Is that Strathcona Dam? Is that what that's called in Campbell River, BC? They're fellow Canadians, of course. I'm just putting that latest video on my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to see what they've done. I really should be watching that gingerbread cookie video. And then they've got... all these Christmas lights are spectacular too. Lots of people were doing those in their different cities over the Christmas holidays. The one we have in Niagara Falls apparently has ended a month and a half early. It usually runs quite a while longer, but it might be over already. I didn't get a chance to film it this year. Steve and Tina Jewell have got shorts on their channel at 22,000 and 42,000 views, and all the way up. Actually, they've got quite a few that have done really well, which is great to see. They let us know that Tina is originally from Tanzania, East Africa. Steve is from England. They both moved to Canada in 2008 in Vancouver with their 2 kids, which is great to see. And then live streams on their channel. Yes, I just caught them. Oh, it was trivia. Yes, and then lots of times people are playing games in the chat. I still come in, say hello, do the share on Reddit. Most of you know I do that all the time. And then a lot of times I'll let streams run or lurk when they're doing game nights and stuff like that. Steve and Tina Jewell, of course, are monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And we've got notification bells on for every single channel so that we can catch them as often as we can while they live stream. Venom for Life, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. So, yeah, KNRP Kim Polton, the playlist idea is really just a simple arrangement that we make with each other so that we can agree to run each other's playlist. So somebody's just agreeing to run an entire playlist, then that's a recommendation because of what we're doing here. You could do it separately with live streams. You could do it separately with shorts videos or regular videos. And pardon me, Elisa's Adventures in Cruising, I'm going to put your channel back up, but I'm going to look one more time at Scratch and PPA because I just want to talk about this playlist thing for a quick second here. When we look at Scratch and PPA's channel, he's done something interesting, and I've started to copy this now on our music channel. I intend to do it on my personal channel as well, but it's a great idea because of what we're doing. So see how he's got the 2024 Scratch Challenge and more with 22 minutes of videos? Because he's just started the year. He does a new playlist every year. So 2023 Scratch Challenge is 8.5 hours. But that lets you know right away if you're going to make an arrangement arrangement with this creator to swap playlists, most creators are going to look for somewhat of a fair trade. We have seen people get caught in the idea that they've only got 20 or 30 videos and then they trade with a gaming channel that's got like 3 weeks of videos and things like that. Most people will look for a fair trade, but you can chop your channel up into different playlists that people might enjoy watching. And that's recommended for every channel. But if you want to do what we're doing here, you can simply make a 10-hour playlist, 20-hour playlist, 30-hour playlist, things like that. And I'll show you one more thing here. If you type into Google YouTube playlist length, you will see that there's lots of these different things here, but you can just take any playlist. Let's go over to Lisa's Adventures in Cruising, and I'll grab a playlist. I'll grab Vlogmas here, and I'm just going to copy the link. I'm going to put that into this search bar, and it's going to let me know there's 26 videos in the playlist. The average length of a video is 17 minutes, and the total length of the playlist is 7 hours, 26 minutes. So that gives you an idea of how long your playlists are, so you can do the trick that Scratch and PPA was doing if you wanted to. But there's a couple of other reasons why I push swapping playlists so much here. One of the biggest reasons is because when you trade favors with another creator, you have the opportunity to start a friendship with them, and that's where your watch hours are really going to start to grow exponentially, because you will, they're there for the first 20 or 30 or 50 videos, whatever it is you have today, but they're also going to be there for most of what you come out with moving forward. They're going to likely favor you, you're going to likely favor them. This is what we do as friendships build, and that's where the magic of what we're doing here really comes through. But the other thing too is when somebody's running a playlist of your videos, they're running every video from beginning to end, and that can increase the time viewed per video averages across your entire channel. We're talking about retention there. Follow the Bradley's Fun. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. So if anybody wants me to clarify any of that stuff, just please let me know. And again, anybody could just say I'm willing to swap playlists in the chat. I have to get aggressive again about swapping playlists. We need to do it for our music channel. I feel terrible. A lot of our friends tried to help us, and we had the watch hours a long time ago, and we didn't have the subscribers. And then when YouTube changed the rules, now we're long surpassed the subscribers. We've got 700, but we don't have the watch hours. So even more so, I'm always willing to swap playlists with people or just run them for people, but I got to get aggressive about it again. So if anybody wants to swap playlists with me, you can reach out to me afterwards on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Instagram's the best place, of course. And then I'll do that with you, especially with our music channel. Rambling with the Brooms in Puerto Rico. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, you got stream sniped. Well, not stream sniped, recognized, yes. If you're in the middle of a stream and somebody comes up, that's stream sniping. But to get recognized is very cool. Hopefully Rambling with the Brooms is enjoying his vacation. Another couple of weeks from now, I might have an opportunity to meet up with him while he passes through Toronto, because he is another fellow Canadian that just lives a few hours away. Yeah, the without live streaming, it can feel much more difficult. YouTube now with the StreamYard system, by the way, where creators can simulcast a live stream on more than one channel, that has seen people like getting monetized like crazy now. We see watch hours growing just at the fastest rates we've ever seen, because now imagine a live stream with 6 people on it, right? All 6 people are getting some watch hours for those live streams at the same time, even if it's only a few. Sometimes you go on a live stream, there's 6 people on screen, one of them's got 2 people in the chat, one of them's got 5 people in the chat, any number, but essentially they all get watch hours while that's going on. You only get watch hours for the people who are watching on your channel, and you never get watch hours for yourself. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Sometimes people want to play games with like making extra accounts and using VPNs and stuff like that. For the small amount that anybody would ever get, I just don't bother. I would never recommend it, but I just don't bother playing around with those things. The best way that we have to make that go faster is to swap playlists with other creators. it is the friendships that are built between creators when that happens, which is the reason why I promote it so much here. So Elisa's Adventures in Cruising is another longtime friend, solo traveler, I believe. Yes, I think I've said that 100 times now, right? She's been with us many times. Videos, pictures, tips, tricks, great memories of cruise vacations. She makes herself a part of the cruising community by collaborating with others as well. And I see her out supporting a lot of people. She's done a Target haul here from Vlogmas. So that was the latest video a couple weeks ago. I've got that in my catch-up list so I can catch up a little bit. Lots of shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 1,600 and 2,500 views. Actually with a couple of familiar faces there as well. And then live streams. Yeah, so she's on herself, and yes, StreamYard. Oh, is that a StreamYard panel? Yes, I think so. Is that one you did yourself, or you had somebody with you? I'm just curious. And then Elisa's Adventures in Cruising. I guess it's been a while since I've caught you. Now, I've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Hopefully, I'll catch Elisa's Adventures in Cruising again on a live stream soon. But we always set notifications for everything we see as well. For today, I think I'm also going to take this Sea Leg Journeys live stream replay. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list as well, and I will put that at the end. I'll just run it after whenever we watch or run a video that's in the featured position on somebody's channel. It'll disappear into the background afterwards. So let's spin the wheel. It's almost time for me to get some names onto the wheel in another moment here. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs, good to see you here. Henry Nelson is coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. I'll get some more names on the wheel right this second. Pardon me. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Henry Nelson is here with 333 subscribers. This is a creator who lets us know they are not an expert by any means, but they do live on a farm, so they're able to bring us a lot of wildlife videos here. I'm just going to take the latest one, Deer Before the Storm. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. And then they've got some shorts on the channel as well, and these have gotten into 5,000, 6,000, almost 7,000 views. A little bit of variety, but mostly outdoor content here. So hopefully everybody will connect with Henry Nelson. They've been with us a few months now. They're here for just about every single stream. And even though I know not everybody can be here every day and for hours at a time every time we're here, I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I'll add some names to the wheel right this second. Home Bartending with John, of course, will be added right now. Bio Bengal Fantasy Network as well, and then we'll get some more names as we need them. And then if I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yeah, Paralife TV, we actually talked about shorts a while ago, but what Paralife TV is talking about now is if I'm understanding right, the idea that shorts can drive subscribers, right? Because if you get a video of any type, but shorts are easier to have the hit and miss factor, if you want to put it that way. Shorts have the ability to get thousands of views. We've got some creators who've had a few that have really taken off into even 10,000 and beyond, or tens of thousands. You know that that's going to draw in some subscribers, right? And any video that's got 10, 20, 30,000 views, of course, is going to bring in quite a handful of subscribers. So they can come in fast, which is great. We can never predict. I haven't had any success with shorts yet. I've got, I think my biggest one is like 3,000, which I'm grateful for. But nothing like what we've seen from some of our friends here with 20,000, 30,000. We've got a couple of friends into the hundreds of thousands, and we did see at least 1 or 2 that got into the millions. Mark the Shark in the house, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Jeremy D-Day is another friend who's been with me for over 4 years. Good to see you here. Home Bartending with John is got a one-of-a-kind channel in the TuberChat family. He's going to teach us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. And you don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what John's got here, but he does show us what it takes to keep a bar like this replenished and the tools that we're going to need behind the bar to make some of the most popular cocktails. He also does a lot of product reviews, so he just put one out a few days ago. He's another one that came out yesterday. I'm just going to put this into my catch-up list. This one looks more my style. Yeah, I like beer that's very yellow. I make this joke all the time, but I like beer that tastes like water with a little bit of beer. And then John the other day reviewed this other one, and he did it with a completely straight face, and I couldn't believe it because that is the darkest thing I've seen. I can't drink beer like that. I wouldn't even get through one glass. You could bet money, and I wouldn't be able to do it. But Home Bartending with John does a lot of product reviews, so that's very helpful if you see something that you want to try and get an opinion on it first of all. But as well, Home Bartending with John takes requests on his channel. So he's done a couple for me already. The trash can cocktail that we learned about from our friends in Nashville. And then he did the Mad Men Old Fashioned that was then mentioned again during Billions, another TV show that I watch. And what he'll do is he'll give you a recipe or a series of recipes in variations. So let's say with the for example, the Mad Men cocktail, the old-fashioned, he'll show you a traditional recipe, but then he'll show you a couple of variations that have been based on pop culture, like music, movies, television. Sometimes when we hear about things from different people or in different regions, drinks can be made different ways. When I don't drink very much, but when I have a beer, myself personally, I drink Corona. I only ever drink Corona. Rare that I drink anything else. Occasionally I'd have a Heineken or something like that. We have like Coors Light and things like that. I might do something like that. But when I first had a Corona, it was actually, I keep telling this story, but I worked on a cruise ship for one summer in 1996. It's like forever ago, and that was where I had my first Corona with a group of people. They were having a family get together on a cruise, and I was the DJ. They just brought me over and had me have a drink with them. The Corona came with lemon. So when I got back to Canada at the end of the summer, I said, oh, well, now I'm going to drink Corona because I like this, right? Nice light, kind of beer or whatever. And they put a lime in it. And I was like, what are you doing? And, looking at me like I'm kind of crazy, right? I'm exaggerating the story, but you know what I mean. And it took me a second to say like, oh, no, wait a second. In Canada, or at least around where I am, Corona is always served with a lime. But some people drink this with a lemon, which I thought was really weird. But these are the kind of things the Home Bartending with John will show us as well. Like I said, he takes requests. So if there's something you want to see, a drink you want to learn how to make, he will likely oblige in between the product reviews as well. So, Sussy Global Concepts, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Tiffany Lava Shark Johnson is also here. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Home Bartending with John's done a couple of streams before, so we'll see if he's going to pick those back up at some point in the future. And then as well, Home Bartending with John happens to be a silver member here, which means we see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether he's here or not, but he's been here just about every day lately. And again, I'm so happy to see that you're back to producing content regularly. Creative Beauty Butterfly is a channel I'm still getting to know, and I'm going to get Norwegian Homestead onto our wheel right now. I'll get some more names on the wheel as we need them. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Creative Beauty Butterfly is a channel that wants to bring us life vlogs, easy recipes, beauty, and more. When we look through their About page, we get a lot more information about what they expect to introduce us to. But I'm going to dig through their content here and see that their latest video came out last week. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them. They got 261 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 300 they're thinking about. And we'll look at their shorts and see what kind of variety they've got going on here. Lots of indoor content. I saw some cooking videos there, it looks like. Oh, is this what I saw the other day as well? You know what I saw on, I think it was Facebook. In Canada, we don't have news on Facebook anymore. The government went way too far with interfering, so Facebook and everybody said we're just not gonna show it anymore. So you can't, from the major news sources, we don't get to see the news stories and things like that. So now Facebook is full of all these really weird pages and groups and stuff, and I get like all these ideas about architectural design, or like the way that the wind blows compared to the trees in the world, and how you can set lighting in your kitchen the proper way. Like really, really odd things that are coming up that may or may not be relevant. One of the things I saw was a pancake idea, and it looked very similar to what Creative Beauty Butterflies got going on here with these bananas. So they put a bunch of bananas in a pan. They put the smallest amount of oil, and if I remember right, they put a couple of eggs, and I think it was a cup of oats or something like that, and then they mixed the stuff together, and they had mashed bananas. They put, pardon me, so let me see if I can remember this. They put 2 bananas cut into coins like this in the pan. They put a cup of oats with 2 eggs and 1 more banana mashed into a mix. They mixed it all up, poured it into the pan, flipped it once, and it was like a pancake. But I wonder if that's that. Easy breakfast for sure. And I love bananas. I eat a banana every day. And an apple, for that matter. The apple's not for the doctor, it's for the dentist. But it's nature's toothbrush, right? An apple a day. So Creative Beauty Butterfly, I'm looking forward to seeing your latest video. And then live streams they've done frequently. So they did one just a few days ago. They did one again a couple of days ago. So hopefully I'll catch you for another one of those. I got your notification bell on, of course, like every other channel. So we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen right now. Fairbrick Studios coming up. They've been doing a lot of shout outs for other creators, and I'm always happy to see people promoting each other. And I'll get 2 more names onto the wheel right this second. Fairbrick Studios been helping me out with a video game as well. Forgive me because I've been off it now. I knew that was going to happen because I tend to like almost hyper focus. So when I find something that interests me, I'm like on it for a week or 2, and then I start to die off. But I've also found my workload getting a little bit full, and a few more unexpected family obligations lately where I haven't made the time to play. And not to mention, Kristen got me a tablet for Christmas. I still haven't opened it. I don't have it beside me. An Amazon tablet. I gotta unbox that thing so I can start using it. But I've been playing this game that they play. Their newest video is going to be of this Lego tower game. I find it fun. It's almost like an idle clicker. Very like easy to play, but I love Lego video games. Lego's one of my favorite things. They have been sending a lot of help over, so they really got me a lot farther faster than I otherwise would have been, for which I'm grateful. But that's just one thing they do on their channel. They do Lego stop motion videos as well, which are interesting to see. And lots of these channel shout outs now. Similar to what we're doing here in Tuber Chat. Lots of familiar faces there, but you can see they're using a wheel. They're bringing channels up on the screen. They've been giving me shout outs too, and I appreciate that, even for my personal channel. And they do it in a video format, which is cool. They've also got shorts here that have gotten into 10,000 and 15,000 views, and then live streams are something they might do in the future. Fairbrick Studio is here with us just about every day, but I run into them every day out supporting other creators as well. They seem to be everywhere all the time. Norwegian Homestead, I put you on the wheel. Butler Family Farm is going to be added right now, and Cabarar Gaming, of course, who's another friend of what I think is 3 years now. I think Butler Family Farm has been with us at least 1.5 years. It could be getting on 2 years now. Cabarar Gaming has been with us for 3 years. I'm actually going to put Destination Fun on there too. We'll get ourselves ahead. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get ready to see who's going to come up next. If anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I hope that you will. it helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead, as a replay because of the engagement signal sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So let's go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back. BioBengal Fantasy Network is coming up. We've still got an hour. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Okay, pardon me, we're back. I got stuck there for a quick second, but we're all good. Charlene Heal, just let me know if you're still watching. And then, when Itchin' to Scratch UK, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming in. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Pallets, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning dropped a super chat earlier, so I put them on the wheel right away. We never know how long that's going to take to come up. So, of course, it's random, but hopefully that brings fun, if not frustration, to everyone. BioBengal Fantasy Network is another one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. I'm sure we've got lots of football fans. I know that we do. We've actually got a couple of creators that have come through the Tuber Chat family with football-based channels, right? Big Simple, as well as ProTech Sports Network, and a couple of others. And I believe that we've got a few people that play fantasy football, but this is a fantasy football channel, which is really cool. The other thing too, now I've talked about this many times before, I mentioned it the other day, but this particular creator, one of the things that we think about in our YouTube journey is improving. And for almost everyone, probably everyone, you go back over your oldest videos and you look at what you've been producing lately and you say, wow, what a difference, right? And it's not so much that BioBengal Fantasy Network has always been a dynamic creator. I'm just impressed with what they're doing lately, because when we dig through their video, and I'm not going to watch it, but I'm just going to show you. First of all, they're confident on camera, but look at the video production here. When I dig through some of this, they're looking at tournament brackets and things like that. They've got graphics on the screen. They got lots of different scenes in their videos. This one I haven't seen yet, so I just put this in my catch-up list, but you get an idea about what they're doing here. If I go over to one of their other videos, the last one that I watched, I'll put the pause on here, but you see what I mean? Like, more graphics, more things going on the screen, plus they're still talking. They got perfect green screen activity going on, and this is great to see. So maybe a channel even to learn from, and over 700 subscribers now as well. They got to be excited about the new restrictions with the monetization. Hopefully they're working on watch hours. Gail Southern Living, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Wayne's World Unlimited is here as well. I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. We'll get through as many channels as we can in the next 55 minutes or so, and then we'll go over to our music channel, by the way, where everybody can continue connecting. BioBengal Fantasy Network has got some shorts here as well. Some of these have started to move into over 1,000 views now, which is great to see. And then live streams are something that they're doing frequently, at least once a week it looks like. So hopefully everybody will connect with BioBengal Fantasy Network. They're a longtime friend. They've been with us long over a year, but I think they're actually into a couple of years now. Close to it. Butler Family Farms coming up, and I'm glad this channel came up quickly, because there was one thing I didn't mention. I'm going to show you a video that they just put out that I watched yesterday or whenever. I forget if it was today or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Butler Family Farm has 116 acres of homesteading and farming goodness. This video that I watched is meet with YouTubers. So they met up with a few different people, and Susan did a great job. I never know when I'm watching, like, who's going to be filming or who's going to be talking. I'm unsure sometimes as to who did the filming, if they're just doing shots like this, right? But there's Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead. There's that cargo net that I was talking about. You see this on his truck, on his Jeep there, where everything's tied down. And I don't know why I didn't even realize these things existed. I have a tonneau cover over the back of my truck. My truck's like 11 years old now, still in fantastic shape because I look after it. But I have a cover. But if I was to take that off, at least I know that something like this exists, like a cargo net. I forget who gave the word for it, but they're probably right. As well, I'm just going to show you one extra thing here. They bring us to a few different people's places here. And I want to see if I can find the MT Homestead's house here. Oh, my dear goodness. I'm at my workplace right now. Kristen wasn't with me, but look at this home. How fantastic looking is that? I think if somebody was attracted to houses like this, that would be like a dream. Look, they've even got the chair on the porch. And I think it's just beautiful. But anyway, I just wanted to show that. Now, Butler Family Farms here with us just about every single day. So Jerry and Susan are the creators behind this channel. 116 acres farm they've got. And let me read from the About page. I always have to read it. They got bees coming up just in a couple of months now. They were there last year as well. But they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, as well as some pets, cats and dogs. They give us as much indoor content as outdoor content. This is going to be an interesting video to see. Pure Oki Homestead, Simply Jan Homestead over there as well. I hope I can visit one of these days. I'm just putting that latest video on my catch-up list, but this is going to be interesting for somebody like me to see, because I've heard many times that the chicken that you get fresh from a farm, or if you like are growing chickens for the meat, then it's much different than what somebody like me is eating all the time, that is pumped up with water and who knows what else in the grocery stores and things like that. So Butler Family Farm will take us indoors, outdoors. They'll bring us in the shop, cooking videos, lots of farming content, a chance to get to know the family as well. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 5,000 views and beyond, one over 18,000. Is that one still moving? That one might still be growing. For some reason, I think that's got more than the last time we might have seen it, unless it's new. And then as well, live stream. So they got one coming up in a few days, and they're typically on at least once a week. So hopefully everybody will join them. They've got lots of StreamYard panels. One of the things these creators do as well is they make themselves a part of the YouTube community by heading out to a lot of meetups, like the Ozark meetups that they've done a few times. At the beginning of last summer was the Mid-America meetup. 80 channels of creators and supporters were there. Even Scott made it down. I hope, I aspire to be able to do some of this, possibly in the next, I'd love it if it could be this year. I'm unsure. Puppet Short Films, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Anybody who hasn't seen their content, I promise you're going to be impressed by their production skills, both video editing and filming and editing. Oh, I see. Jerry does all the editing and posting, but Jerry and Susan both share filming. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. I'll add some more names as we need them. Butler Family Farm is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They try to be here every day, for which I'm grateful. I know how tough that can be, too. I know we got a few friends that try to do that, and I certainly don't expect it from anyone, but I appreciate that. As long as everybody's always supporting each other as much as we can, everybody will be just fine. You see that in the stories that I tell here. Oh, 18,177 right now, says Butler Family Farm, that shorts video. Is it new? Oh, it's still moving. Is it new? Is that why I feel like I don't recognize it? Or was I just mistaken? It's just fairly new. If it's still moving, usually what you see in shorts, we talked about this earlier, and I might not have finished a thought because I go off on tangents, obviously. When I was talking about shorts, though, sometimes you get a pump of views right away. It could be hundreds or thousands. And then sometimes you get a second pump. It could be like that day, it could be a week later, it could be any amount of time after, but they usually stop after that. You get a few views here and there. Now we're starting to see a little bit more. Creators are having shorts that are continuing to climb slowly, but still climbing, right? Like, it's not uncommon to get 1,000 views per month on a shorts video that's still moving. So that's an idea. And then, yeah, hopefully everybody watched that weather. I might have been unaware of most of it, Andy's Journeys. We haven't had terrible weather where I am at all yet. Fingers crossed, of course. It's been a very weird year. So, Cabarar Gaming is up on the screen right now. I'm going to get another couple of names onto the wheel in a quick second here. Cabarar Gaming is a longtime friend. They've been with us 3 years now. And they have got 2 channels. We'll look at both of those. But they mix up a lot of video gameplay on their channel. So they got some Scarface going on here. They've got Call of Duty. They've got Modern Warfare. They've got Pardon me, Grand Theft Auto, of course, my favorite. Some Pokemon even. So they really mix things up, but they bring out videos as well as shorts and live streams. They post like crazy. I've been lucky to join them many times for their live streams. Look at these shorts getting into 40,000, even 50,000 views. And then live streams on the channel are done frequently. So they just did one today, yesterday, the day before. They've got one coming up. Oh, that one's a birthday stream for February 7th, a couple of weeks away. But it's great to put those things out early if you can. Whenever anybody can schedule a live stream in advance, I recommend it in almost every case, because you give the YouTube system time to let it percolate in the algorithm, if that makes sense, and it can get caught by the recommendation engine. When it's time, YouTube will push it to the right people, but you give people lots of opportunity to see it before it comes up. So that should be a nice busy live stream as well. Let me just see what I can do about adding any more names to the wheel right now. When we look at Cabarar Vlogs, we see a second channel from this creator that brings tips, tricks, tech, and tutorials from the same creator behind Cabarar Gaming. Duchess of Darkness is going to come up right now. We haven't looked at that channel in a while. And then, is Marketplace Boutique with us still? I thought I saw them a while ago. And, oh, Homestead in the Wood with D, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Pixie Dust Traveler is also in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. I've still got lots of time to put lots of channels on the wheel and the screen, of course. We'll get through as many as we can. Marketplace Boutique, just please let me know if you're still here. Paralife TV, Jonathan Sturgill, and Grow Big TV. If any of those channels are still here, I'll put you on. If not, I'll look for some more in another moment. So Cabarar Vlogs, like I said, tips, tricks, tech, and tutorials from the same creator behind Cabarar Gaming. But this creator's working on watch hours right now, I know for sure, so they're willing to swap playlists. If anybody wants to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Cabarar Vlogs as well has got a few shorts here. Now some of the videos that they're doing are, I don't want to say advanced, but could be beyond the most basic level of technical I don't know, information, if we want to put it that way. You know, anybody can learn to turn on a computer and install a program in Windows. It's another thing when you want to go a step further and, like, let's say, run a Windows virtual machine inside your Mac operating system kind of thing. So that's the kind of thing that Cabarar Vlog seems to be getting into, is more advanced topics. More to Life, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. And then Cabarar Vlogs, like I said, is working on watch hours, so they're putting a lot of these videos out. Again, pardon me, Charlene Heel, if you're still here with either of your channels, just let me know. And forgive me if you did already. I don't mean to miss anybody. She was talking about the reuse policy on YouTube, and specifically the idea of reusing your own content. So what we need to always make sure of is that every single piece of content that we're putting out is unique. So if you're doing ASMR type videos, or I know a lot of creators want to chase watch hours with a few different things, I don't want to encourage it. We all get there, I promise you. Every channel that wants to be monetized gets there eventually. I know the wait can make us impatient, but it's worth it in every case. We can do a couple of things to move it up a little bit faster, but when we use the same content over and over, that's where we run into trouble. So you can get denied for monetization because you've used content that is too similar, meaning if you use the same ASMR background, let's say of, you know, some nature or a lake or a sunset, and then you just like run that video again a week later, but you put different audio behind it, that could be asking to have that trouble. Judgment Day Mike Harper, thank you for a super chat. I really do appreciate that. They've done that many times before. We're going to put Judgment Day Mike Harper on the wheel right away. Because of that, we always put super chatters on the wheel right away. Jody Jackson, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, Venom for Life. More to life. Venom for Life, yes, thank you. I do the same thing. I accidentally hop into people's channels with like odd accounts that I've got, and I have to say like, oh, wrong. They know it's me because the way I say hello, right? Most of you know if I come into your thing, I always say word up. But I often will say, oh, sorry, wrong account. I don't want anybody to go running after one of the accounts that I use that's like experimental, let's just say. And then, so Duchess of Darkness is up on the screen right now. So this is a channel that we haven't seen in a little while on the screen, I think. They've got a premiere coming up. That'll be today, in a few hours, in about 6 hours from now. They got a premiere. Lost in the Woods stories. Oh, they narrate stories of our nightmares. They read horror, true scary stories, no sleep Reddit, paranormal, creepy, true crime, and occasional poetry. So we can look forward to that. I'm going to look at the shorts on the channel and see that these have moved into 400 and 600 views and beyond, which is great to see. Playlist, they've got quite a few here. And then they seem to be posting frequently every couple of days, which is great. Lots of activity means the channel is going to grow quickly. They've already got well over 1,000 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 1,100 they're thinking about. BH Road Stories, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, they're getting a band account ready. Yes, More to Life. Very cool. Yeah, they do a lot of work with music. Venom for Life is a longtime friend. They've been with us for what I think is 3 years as well. Destination Fun is up here. This is a creator that collaborates with others and makes themselves a part of the travel and cruising community. They bring us a lot of different travel videos from Tampa. Actually, I might not have known you were from Tampa specifically, but from Florida, yes, for sure, because they take us to a lot of touristy destinations. So BH Road Stories, thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. For anybody that's brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect. Please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. I caught Moon Boots the other day for a live stream, the first time ever, so that was cool hanging out. They've already got a vibrant community going on. You can tell when you get into somebody's live stream about like the inside conversation or inside jokes between people, you know, through back and forth between each other, that somebody's already established. So that was great to see the other day. And then thank you, KNRP Kim Poulton. My Wild Home is in the house. Thanks for being here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Destination Fun collaborates with others. I've seen them on many StreamYard panels, and they host them on their channel as well. They've got a carnival celebration video here from just a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll help me catch up a little bit. You can see that they're bringing us a lot of reviews, Disney, lots of travel, as well as cruising, and then a little bit more here, an unboxing video even as well. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 5,700 and even 6,900 views. That's a new one for sure. I think 2 of these might be, because I remember when Destination Fun first came into Tuber Chat. I believe it was a year ago. It could have been a slight bit longer than that. She's one of the longest that's been with us from the cruising community. I believe she was introduced to us from Shanster Travels as well. You'll see them together frequently. Destination Fun, though, I remember going through the shorts, and I think she was saying that, oh, pardon me, I can't remember his name. Her partner does the editing But they take us out to a lot of different places. But I don't recognize this shorts video here, Excited for Disney World. So that one might still be moving. And I think they've actually got a few that have overtaken. I feel like I recognize this green roller coaster one, and I thought there was one more after it, but they've got a couple more that have moved, which is great to see. And then this is what I'm talking about with shorts. One of the things, I haven't seen an opportunity to talk about it today, but when you go on somebody's shorts tab, at least on a computer, and you click on the popular tab, it's obviously going to show you all the shorts in order from most popular to least popular, right? But when you see a video that's out of order, because somebody asked me this the other day, if you see a video that is not in the right place, it means that that video is moving right now, and the analytics haven't caught up in the background to put it on the page in the appropriate place. Most of us know that the numbers in the background of the algorithm or the recommendation engine or the YouTube system are fluctuating all the time. It drives most of us batty, to be honest with you. But our numbers go up and down all the time. It usually takes about 3 days to settle. So any numbers that you see in your analytics that might cause you to flinch, or, you know, God forbid, I don't want anybody stressed out over it. But it's best to be patient. Give it a few days to calm down. Before worrying about whether or not those numbers are true. We've seen a lot of glitches. People, like, YouTube takes our subscribers, our views, our likes. They even take our thumbs down in most cases after a couple of days, thank goodness. But these are all things that perplex us, right? Destination Fun is working on 1,300 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They just did a live stream yesterday, another collaboration there, and like I said, they're doing that frequently. So hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. They seem to be on almost once a week, and like I said, they've been a long time friend. I think it's well over a year now. And let's spin. Judgment Day Mike Harper dropped a super chat, just like Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning. So we put those channels on the wheel right away. I'll get another couple of channels on the wheel soon, and we'll get through as many channels as we can in the next half hour or so. We're going to go over to the music channel afterwards. I've got a stream ready to go for about an hour. Everybody can continue connecting the same way that we do here. All the same music from the background of Tuber Chat is going on over there. It's more like a virtual nightclub. It's a lot of fun to hang out, and we got a few extra fun things over there, and link drops as well. I know everybody likes that. Judgment Day Mike Harper is here. They're doing a lot of music and movie reviews. Sorry, not music, movie reviews lately. They've got another health update. I caught them for one of these a while ago. With one of the latest videos that I had watched. They give us a great chance to get to know them. They give us information about their channel on their About page. They bring a little bit of variety, but it's mostly a chance to talk to them. When we get into shorts, we see that this creator's gotten into 1,000 views and beyond. Judgment Day Mike Harper is with us just about every day as well. And then live streams are something that they're doing frequently. So they're doing these at least once a week. And then they've got a second channel as well. I'll put it up, called Michael Harper. That's a very popular name for a channel. So I've got to let YouTube know that I'm looking for a channel specifically instead of the regular search results, and we're already subscribed. It takes a while for this one to come up. We can match the avatar. It's this red and orange and yellow, or pardon me, red and orange and blue one. So that we know that this creator's got 55 subscribers. We can get to the right channel as well. Journey with Josh, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hot Day Malane's Crafting is also here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Michael Harper is doing movie reviews over here as well. You can see that. And then shorts videos on this channel have gotten into a few hundred views as well, which is great. More chance to get to know them, and some movie reviews as well. if anybody has the ability to share the stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signal sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And then when we talk about channels that are fairly new coming into the Tuber Chat family, I just want to give you a little bit of a hint. The best success comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators and supporting them with all the things you wish they would do for you first, knowing that they will come back and do the same thing for you afterwards. We all live wholeheartedly with generosity at the forefront of our minds here, intending on giving much more than we expect to receive, but you'll hear it in the stories I tell about the channels I put on the screen, that generosity is something that comes back, and usually in much more abundance than we hoped for in the first place, if that makes sense. Mrs. Mrs. Hardnack Farms, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. I thought I recognized your channel. Maybe we met outside. I could be mistaken, but it's good to have you here. And for anybody that is brand new today, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Thank you everybody for those thumbs up. Venom for Life gave us 2 today. Mrs. Hardnack Farms is friends with us on another channel. And then yeah, just please let me know which one that is, because I don't know already. It's not essential either way. Anybody's free to come in with more than one channel if they'd like to. I only ever ask that they're treated separately, because we're always focused on supporting each other in the right way and connecting fully, like our instructions and our video description described. A long time ago, I had somebody who looked like they were going to be a real influencer that was in Tuber Chat. I'm never going to call anybody out by name, by the way, but many years ago they were here with us, and they were like doing similar streams. They were like helping everybody connect, and they were really doing well and putting a lot of focus on making sure everybody connected the right way all the time. And then they started a second channel, and then they just come through spamming, "Hey everybody, come get my second channel, come get me, come get me, come." And I was like, I don't understand why, and forgive my whining and complaining about it, but it's very important that we connect authentically with everybody on every channel. Like, even when I'm out with my other channels, which is rarely, but if I am, the idea is to always connect authentically with the same instructions that we have in our video description. We've been doing that for years. Not that there's a right way or wrong way to connect specifically, but we've been doing it this way because we know it's been working for a few years now. And in our video description, I describe the minimums, by the way. Everybody's free to do much more than we recommend there. So Echelon Gaming, when you're watching a playlist, does it matter if you have the audio on or off? Now, what I have recommended from the beginning is always putting the volume on number 2, not the lowest of the low and not off. But we've had many friends that have helped with some of the experimentation, and I can't be 100% sure after all this time still if keeping the volume off is okay. I know a lot of people do it. I tend, especially if I'm running playlists for anybody other than, like, everybody runs their own playlist if they've got more than one channel. So that might be a different story. The other thing I might recommend is you could put the volume for YouTube on the second lowest setting, and then put the volume for your device on its second lowest setting. Therefore, the volume's on, but you really won't be able to hear it in almost every case. That's what I recommend. But again, I can't give a straight answer on that, because I always want to recommend we do as much as we possibly can for each other. So that means keeping the volume at least on the lowest setting. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And Let's go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back. We'll look at Norwegian Homestead, and I'll take it one by one, but we've still got lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Alright, we're back, and we still got half an hour to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. We'll get through as many as we can. Sam, my dear friend of over 3 years, is also here, 3.5 years now, from the UK as a beloved and dedicated moderator and member, actually. Norwegian Homestead is on the screen. I can't remember for the life of me how many times we've had this channel up yet. So a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. This will be an interesting one for me to see, because I've always wondered about this. If you have a broken window, which I haven't had to deal with any of that stuff, but if you have a broken window, obviously you got to take care of that right away. But do you have to call somebody to do it, or can you do this yourself, or at least temporarily? You know, because I'm not the handiest do-it-yourselfer in the world. I certainly don't know anything about working with glass, but if it's just a matter of, like, let's say taking a couple pieces of wood apart, slapping a piece of glass between them, and fixing it so that it's like watertight for a temporary fix, that's an idea. So Norwegian Homestead says, depending on your window, but we'll have a look at this video. So I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them, watch their latest piece of content. just going to look there. About page has a small amount of information. It says that in 2023, which is just recently, they left the city life and moved to their new homestead. They're sharing their journey with us. Lots of our homesteading friends bring a mix of indoor and outdoor content. Some of their shorts have already gotten 400 and 500 views, obviously bringing us all 4 seasons there. I see some winter weather. First live stream came up yesterday, so hopefully I'll catch you for one of these shortly as well. And then when we get into their outdoor content, we're going to see a lot of do-it-yourself videos. Build a workshop, yard cleanup, new doors is interesting to see. And then some indoor content as well. So hopefully we'll see some more. And then Mark the Shark will like this. Puppies. Mark the Shark does some breeding as well. He brings us a lot of videos of brand new puppies and things like that. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. Echelon Gaming is going to be on the screen in a second. I also added Shipra Singh Rajput, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's a brand new channel in the Tuber Chat family. And then Jonathan Sturgill is on the wheel as well. Paralife TV. And Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning dropped us a super chat a while ago, so they were put on the wheel right away. We will see Tracy and Phoebe soon. Pardon me. Echelon Gaming's fairly new. They've been here a few times now, though. Echelon Gaming has got 500 subscribers, 512. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about their content in a second. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that, Sam. We're doing really well with thumbs up today, so thank you everybody for that. For a while there, we slowed the streams down, so we weren't hitting the 100, and we don't get there every day, but it is an exciting milestone, if we want to call it that, or an exciting accomplishment every time it happens. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Echelon Gaming is here with 512 subscribers. They are mixing up some gameplay. Ratchet and Clank, something I haven't played in a long time. Spider-Man 2, yes, I saw this the other day. I haven't played the Spider-Man games. I don't know if I ever did. My son is grown now, but when he was growing up, we would play video games all the time. And he would play even more so than me. But I love video games as much as anybody. I just don't make as much time to play. But we would play a lot of multiplayer games and things like that. I used to drive him bananas because if we played a game where you got like a 2-player, let's say a racing game with cars, I'd insist we have to have the same car so that it's fair. So that whoever beats each other is actually the more talented player. And it was just a form of instigation. But we played like tons of games a long time ago, but I can't remember some of them. I remember some Marvel stuff, but I can't remember if I actually played Superman or Spider-Man rather. And then when we talk about Grand Theft Auto, that's my game of choice forever. I wasn't playing video games much in my late teens, let's just say, after Nintendo and Sega. I let them go for a little while, and it wasn't until around, I'm thinking 95, 96, a friend of mine said to me, oh, you got to play this video game. And I said, dude, I got no time for video games. That's, I'm never doing that. And he went on about it for months. He goes, you got to see this game. And I said, one day I had to pick him up. We were doing something, but he was late, so he hadn't got ready, showered, and all that stuff yet. He said, here, listen, I got to go for 15 minutes. Just do me a favor and play this game. Here's how you get out of the car, and here's how you hit people. And so I played it. The next day I went out. I forget what year it was exactly, but somewhere around there, 95, 96, 97, 98, something. And I went out the next day and bought a PlayStation 2 and the Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto 3. And every time that game comes out, I have to buy it for myself, my son, my nephew. I have given them way too much money. I've actually had one of my son's Xboxes repaired twice. if I remember that, because we use the thing so much that these things don't last forever, right? So these are just ideas, but I'm always happy to see Grand Theft Auto. I'm still learning about Echelon Gaming here, but they've got quite a few more games, 3,000, 3,800 on a couple of their shorts, which is great to see. They're doing PS5, and a lot of 18 plus content they're letting us know as well, by the way. But it's cool that they've got that notice for us there. And then they just did streams, seems like a couple of times a week, as a matter of fact. So I hope to break out my Xbox at some point. I got a new Xbox this year, and I haven't pulled it out yet. But I've used it, but I use it for like nothing. I haven't used it for multiplayer gameplay or streaming yet, but I hope to. Jonathan Sturgill's coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on, and yeah, Grand Theft Auto is my favorite. What I describe about Grand Theft Auto to somebody who like either hasn't played it ever or doesn't play video games generally is I'm like, Grand Theft Auto is a game that has every other game in it. So if you want to race, you can do that in Grand Theft Auto. If you want to play retro games, you could do that within Grand Theft Auto. If you want to fly planes and parachute, you could do that. You can do sea-doos and boats and smash everything and chase the cops. In some versions, you can be a cab driver. Like, there's all kinds of stuff. So I find it to be extremely compelling. So Jonathan Sturgill's up here right now. This creator found us a few months ago, but they already had just about 5,000 subscribers. Now they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. But what we find here is musical instrument and gear reviews and comparisons from this creator. They let us know exactly what to expect on their channel, in-depth gear reviews, and then product comparisons as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Jonathan Sturgill's here with us just about every day, and they got some shorts on the channel as well. These have started to move into 800 views and beyond. So hopefully they'll continue posting more and more of those. It's the Bankroll. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Tropical Buzz is the second channel from Nora the Stock Explorer. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up on the screen in a moment. This is a brand new channel in the chat today. So Shipra, if I'm pronouncing that right, Singh Rajput is here, and we'll see what they've got going on their channel. 153 subscribers. And I'm sure this is going to be the right channel, but let's just double check in the... Yeah, they might have already gone. They were here for the first time, but 153 subscribers. They were with us for quite a while today, actually. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, so what I'm going to do is take their video here. It's a little bit shorter than what we usually like for 3-minute videos to connect with, but that's okay. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. We're still going to connect authentically, and then I'm going to take one of their shorts videos. They got one here at 25,000. They let us know that they do a lot of sketching on their channel, so this is cool to see. Actually, what I'll do is I'll take their latest one and I'll put this into a playlist. What we've got to do on a computer is click right on it, and then we can get to the share or save options here, and I'll put this in my catch-up list, and that will show YouTube that I cared so much about this creator's content that I went back for seconds already. And then I'll, after the stream today, watch their video in full. I'll leave them a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, put the notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja, is Shane. This is a creator that's going to bring us do-it-yourself videos, a lot of fitness, with 2 things to learn in every type of video. In my opinion, he gives us the perception, if that's the right word to use, life in a wheelchair. We give him his perspective is what I meant to say. I'm just going to grab one of his latest videos, Storm Cleanup here, how destructive Mother Nature can be. So this might be an example of what you're talking there about there, Andy's journeys. And then this is the latest video that I watched, where this is a perfect example. I haven't used a new example in a long time on this channel, but Paralife TV's been with us for what might be a couple of years now. When he first came in, I was fully impressed because, first of all, he's giving us life from his perspective, but he's doing traditional do-it-yourself videos, where the idea of life in a wheelchair doesn't affect the rest of the education in the video. So for instance, here he's changing a light bulb on a car, and I made a comment there just saying, like, yeah, we can all save a lot of money by doing some of the simple repairs. I am not a handy person at all, I promise you that. But when I was in school, I took one auto shop class in 9th grade. It was an elective, like we got to choose that. But my father used to force me to do stuff, so I had to change an alternator in the first car I ever owned was a little van, like a little cargo van. And I had it, I don't know, when I was 20 something, right? And he made me change my own alternator, and he forced me to change my own radiator. I had to order it, I forget how it came, and I had to put it in and everything. He still watched, but he made me do the whole thing. Now, I'm thankful for those lessons today and for the auto shop class that I took, because if the car breaks down, I can at least possibly get it off the road. Or, you know, I've changed many tires and things like that. Or we know the simple trick about using, let's say, what do they call, leotards to tie if your belt breaks or something like that around the alternator. But these are tricks that people can do, and you can save a lot of money. Now, technology in vehicles has changed over the years, and I got caught unfortunately doing something I didn't know was wrong. I did a battery change video on my YouTube channel, not realizing that nowadays you got to reset the computer after the battery's been installed, otherwise it eats away at the battery. So I had to take the video down because I don't want anybody following my instructions and then having problems with their battery. And I seem to be going through a battery a year. Or sorry, that's not true, not a battery a year, but a battery every 100,000 kilometers. My truck just crossed 300,000, and I look after it, so it is in great shape. But anyway, forgive my long tangent here. Paralife TV is showing us how to change the light bulb, or the fixture, or what do we call it? The fixing our tail light here, how to install tail lights, how to replace them. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. But that's just one example of something that Shane is going to show us, but also lots of fitness. Some of his fitness shorts have done really well, 13 and 14,000 views, and then as well live streams. I've seen this creator also like teach us how to fix a washing machine, for instance. That was the first example I used to use. Live streams are frequent. I have sat and ate snacks and drank horrible things while I've watched him work out. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I do find it comical to say that. And he's working on 2,800 subscribers now. He's a longtime friend. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead. Sorry, I didn't say hello, but thank you for coming in. I know you've been here a little while already. They just gifted a membership as well, so thank you for that. It's extra generous thing to have done. I'll put you on the wheel right away for that reason. We've still got Pallets, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning on there. They dropped a super chat early. We always put super chatters and membership gifters on the wheel right away. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead is going to come up right this second, and we'll take it one by one, but I might have another opportunity to look at one or two more channels before we go. I got to get the music stream fired up. We'll do that right before we're going to go in just under 10 minutes here, and I'll leave Tuber Chat running for an extra 3 minutes so that we can all clean up our connections here. But I hope everybody will come over and raid into the music channel. You could continue connecting there. We do link drops over there, and everybody's free to make new friends and family members the same way we do here. And all the same music you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available over there. It's like a virtual nightclub in that stream. We got a video game going. Everybody can participate in the chat and hopefully have fun over there. So our Georgia Suburban Homestead Homestead is working on 1,100 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Nice to see everybody smiling here. End of the year garden tour 2023. I'm going to put this video into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to see what they've got going on here. Lots of our homesteading friends are bringing us a mix of indoor and outdoor content. They take us into the kitchen. They take us out to the garden. They do a lot of do-it-yourself type videos as well. In the case of our Georgia Suburban Homestead, they let us know that growing their own food in a residential neighborhood is a great form of civil disobedience, but we can do it. So hopefully everybody will agree. Pardon me, I'm choking on nothing over here, but they make me laugh the way they say that. Hopefully everybody will check out their channel and see what they're talking about, and take inspiration from them as well. And let me just hit their shorts videos. My voice is at its end. I've been screaming all day. For those of us who live stream, you might find yourself yelling at the camera. You got to try not to do it. I'm a perfect example of using my voice too much or losing it when it's not necessary. 5,200, 5,800 views on a couple of these shorts, but we find mostly outdoor content from our Georgia Suburban Homestead, and then live streams on the channel as well are frequent. They do these about once a week. Hopefully I'll catch them for another one soon. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So next up, palettes, pouts, perfumes, and panning, and we'll see what Tracy and Phoebe have got going on for us. They started with beauty, and they have gotten into a lot of product reviews, unboxing videos. They give us get ready with me type videos, looks, and products that we might want to think about purchasing, and then they bring us lists of things we want to avoid as well, which I think is a really cool twist on that. Let's look at our... Oh, Marketplace Boutique is here. I should have had you on the wheel a while ago. We'll put Marketplace Boutique on there. And I'll fire up the music channel in another second here. Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning has 572 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 600 they're thinking about. Tracy and Phoebe alternate in the videos on the channel. They just did a haul last week. I've watched that video. When we get into shorts, we see that these creators have a bit more variety in their shorts, but some of these have started to really move. 5,600, 5,800 views, which is great. That's Phoebe right there. Here she is, and there's Tracy. Live streams are something they did a while back. We'll see if they're going to keep those up, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. And then you always make me laugh. I got to see your latest one, our Georgia Suburban Homestead. It looks like, is that a year-end wrap-up, right? Garden Tour 2023. It looked like it might have been, if I wasn't mistaken. But we'll see. And thank you again, our Georgia Suburban Homestead and Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning. Marketplace Boutique is somebody I talked about earlier when they came in. This creator I have caught a couple of times while I was actually lurking, if we want to call it that, supporting other creators. And I'm so happy to see creators that are active out supporting others. And what I'm talking about is, most of you know I'm in as many premieres or live streams as I can be, based on work schedule and stuff like that. We all just do what we can. But I'm usually in multiple per day, and usually multiple at a time. So what happens is you go into a live stream, you talk to everybody for a few minutes, and then often I'm working on a computer. Half of my full-time gig is working on a computer, so I'm able to let the streams run and things like that. Even last night, Commander Vlogs was celebrating a birthday, which I found by mistake, like by accident. I just happened to be seeing who was live he was on. I went in there, and I was in lurk mode because I'd already talked to him for a few minutes, and I was just letting it run while I was doing other things. And then I saw Marketplace Boutique pop in there, and I'm like, this has got to be the second or third time in a couple of days that I've seen them out supporting others. So I just put a lot of focus on that because I want everybody to understand what kind of support you can expect expect back from a creator like this. Marketplace Boutique is somebody who talks to us about e-commerce. They've been running their business since 1998. They want to help us with the idea of buying low, selling high, and the magic comes in the idea of finding the right kinds of things that we can sell, that we can profit from while giving somebody a good deal at the same time. Marketplace Boutique talks about these. They talk about packaging, they talk about shipping, they talk about eBay, and this is a creator that was working in law and decided they wanted a career change, something that would let them spend some more time at home. And I find that, you know, buying and selling and having something like eBay or Kijiji or Letgo or Craigslist or any of that stuff can be a great way for a lot of people to bring in at least another stream of income, if not a main one. Right? So lots of us are looking for different streams of income. I do a lot of eBay work myself. I've listed thousands of things, shipped 1,000 packages minimum, and Marketplace Boutique is going to talk to you about how to find the right things, though. I know I said it already, but to buy and sell. When we talk about their shorts, they bring more variety like most creators do. Some outdoor content there, but they got 8,000 and 12,000 views on a couple of these shorts, which is great to see. Not only is Marketplace Boutique out there supporting other creators all the time, they're here with us just about every day as well. So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every single day or for hours at a time every time we're here. But I do appreciate every moment. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Just drop in the link for our music channel. I hope everybody will come over. You can continue meeting new friends and family members over there the same way we do here. And we have link drops there as well. I'll pin that link so everybody can get to it. And then hopefully you'll join us. Thank you again to our moderators. And we're back on Saturday. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.